Hi, everyone. Today we'll be talking about the phase shift of tangent, and that's just going to be dealing with that pi over 2 right there. We have the tangent of x plus pi over 2. The pi over 2 is what's going to tell us. Remember, the general form of tangent is a tangent of bx plus c plus d. And today we want to focus on the c and the b value. That's going to help us figure out what our phase shift is. Okay? So, our phase shift is all we have to do is do the opposite of c, negative c, whatever that c ends up being. In this case on the left is pi over 2. Our negative c over b, whatever is being multiplied by x, or whatever is multiplying x, that is the value you're going to use. Okay? So in our case, c is pi over 2. So if we wanted to find the phase shift, what we'd have to do is do pi over 2 divided by the thing that is multiplying the x, which is just a 1. So in this case, our phase shift, it's pretty simple. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Our phase shift is pretty simple. It's just pi over 2. This one's not too bad. So pi over 2 is our phase shift. Phase shift. Now, if we wanted to graph that then, and what I typed up in Google Classroom for you to do, is, well, first make your graph. I don't know why the graph looks crooked, but it does. Go to where your phase shift is, and then draw a vertical line. What I'm doing first here, if you haven't figured it out, this is not a live recording. It didn't record my audio. This is just tangent. I'm just drawing tangent in white. Those are the vertical asymptotes at regular x equals negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2. But that's it. This is just regular tangent, and you'll be able to compare it to the phase shifted one later. Yeah, also, this is not a live audio recording. It didn't record my audio. So, here we are. I'm telling you now that tangent is sine over cosine because we care about the vertical asymptotes when cosine is 0. Cosine is going to be 0 at pi over 2 and negative pi over 2 because remember, negative pi over 2 is also just 3 pi over 2. They're coterminal. They are in the same spot. They're both the bottom part of the y-axis. And I'm probably going off on some tangent here. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. So here's your phase shifted one. Right, draw your axes. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to draw a dotted line at my new phase shifted value at negative pi over 2. And I'm going to draw a new one at positive pi over 2. Now, these are not vertical asymptotes. I want you to draw a thin line as a new axis for you to reference. And I'm just going to treat that line like my y-axis, like I normally would. And then I'm just going to cross through my quote-unquote origin. You can't see me do air quotes in the air, so I'm just going to draw a line through my new origin, or at least I'm going to try to. And then I'm going to erase, or I hope I erase them. I want you to erase that dotted line, that thin line that you drew. And here at the y-axis, x equals 0, that's where we're going to have our new vertical asymptote. Because remember, typically what we would have is we would have a vertical asymptote at positive pi over 2. But then we picked up that vertical asymptote and shifted it left to negative pi over 2. And we did the same thing. The vertical asymptote that occurs at negative pi over 2, we picked it up and we shifted it pi over 2 more. If you're at 1 pi over 2 and you go left another pi over 2, you are suddenly at 2 pi over 2s and negative 2 pi over 2s. So your new vertical asymptotes occur at x equals negative pi and x equals positive pi, as well as x equals 0. And this is phase shift. This is the phase shift of tangent. All you did was pick it up and move it, in this case to the left. Remember, because you had x plus pi over 2, it's always going to be the opposite of that. And I'll post which functions I want you to do in Google Classroom in case no one watches this. But also, here they are. You have got the tangent of x plus pi over 6, which isn't too bad. It's a little trickier, but I want you to give it a shot. And then we have tangent of 2x plus 4. Tangent of x plus 6, the one on the left, is not too bad. The one on the right's a little tricky because your period's different. That has different period. That 2 in front of the x is going to change your period to be pi over 2. And it's also going to change the phase shift to be pi over 8, negative pi over 8. There's your key that you can check. Okay, I hope you have a good rest of your day. If you've got questions, please email me, and I'll see you around.